save me some.
Hello, my friends. How you doing today? I am doing well, and I got a couple of boxes that I need to open up here. But first of all, I want to do a little mental health check. How y'all doing? How's everybody doing? I hope everybody is doing well. I do want to let you know that sometimes we get a little sometimes we get a little lonely. I don't know about, I'm speaking for myself. Sometimes you get a little lonely, and sometimes you want somebody to check up on you every once in a while. Say, hey, how are you doing? And this is me telling you that I care enough to ask you, how are you doing? Comment below. How are you doing? Is everything okay with you? Is everything well? Because sometimes life throws you curveballs, and you gotta take them. You gotta take. Sometimes you take them to the head. That seems to be sometimes me. I take them to the head. So yeah, I hope everybody is doing well. I hope mentally, physically, you're all doing good. Cause you're important. Listen. If you don't think that you're important, you are important. Okay, you're important to somebody. No matter what you think. Okay, no matter what you might think in your head, somebody out there in their heart is thinking about you. And I gotta tell you, I might not be an anybody. Okay, this is a small little channel on YouTube or whatever, but my subscribers mean a lot to me, and especially the ones that interact with me a lot. I mean, you guys, you interact with me a lot, and you tell me a lot of personal things, and you say a lot of stuff, and it's like I feel like I get to know you a little bit, and it's like I do worry. I worry. You might think it's strange, but even like I'll get comments on Instagram or Facebook or whatever. Somebody will send a comment or whatever, and some people are going through things. You had a loss in your family, or you just feel like defeated or something's just not right. You know what I mean, in your lives, and I absorb that. I absorb it, and I feel for you. And my empathy level is unbelievable. I like working with children for years. I am extremely empathetic to the point where I can actually feel people's pain. I feel people's pain. I feel people's happiness. I feel if I walked into a room with you, no joke, it's crazy. And I talked to therapists about this, and they were like, "No, it's not crazy to think. It's not crazy to say. It's not crazy to be." But I will literally walk into a room, and I can actually feel like the vibe. I could feel your sadness. I can feel your happiness. I can feel your confusion. I feel, and I absorb it to the point where it gives me anxiety. This is a true thing. I take my anxiety medication because I am extremely empathetic. I have a lot of feelings towards like people. Like if I go to like a concert or something, and there's like a guy stand on the side of me, or a lady stand on the side of me, or something like that, and I can actually sometimes feel like this person's not having a good life, or not having a good day, or they look like they're beat or tired or worn, or something's going on with this person. And I kind of absorb that energy, and it kind of messes me up a little bit sometimes. But you know what? I feel like I have a purpose in life, and maybe, being the fact that I was a child care provider for pretty much my entire life, taking care of my brother at age 8, and taking care of my own kids when they were born, and taking care of hundreds of other people's kids for 14 years. You know what I mean? I'm very empathetic. I'm just always, I think I'm always going to be a caring person. And person, I put a G at the end of that, person. And the sad thing is that when my therapist tells me you need to stop caring about yourself, I don't know how to do that. That's my dilemma. My dilemma, and my questioning every day of my life is, why can't I care for myself? And a lot of people, I my children, sometimes my children say to me, "Dad, you buy yourself all this stuff or whatever. That's you taking care of yourself." No, that's me compensating for stuff that is going on in my head and heart. That's me trying to fill a temporary void for something that's missing, and I can't figure out what that missing thing is. I can't figure out how to fill that hole. So I buy this stuff to try to fill a hole. Instead, I'm digging myself a deeper hole. I'm sure that makes a lot of sense. Okay. Anyway, so let's open some of this stuff up. Enough of that. I hope you're doing well. Please comment below. Hey, I'm okay. That'd be great. Just if I could get every subscriber, every viewer, every person that tunes into this episode or whatever, whether it be 50 people to 100 people to what would be great, it would be 1,000 people. Okay, which I don't get that. I'll get like 800 to 1,000, if actually 2,000, 3,000 on my shorts. I guess people's attention spans aren't so good to be sitting here for like a half an hour to 40 minutes or whatever it is to listen to me talk, which is that's fine. Okay, people are just what I call them is there's TikTok people and there's YouTube people. There's people that can handle a half an hour, people that can only handle about 10 minutes. So I started doing more shorts because I'm like, hey, listen, I want to reach all the people. You know, I want people with short attention spans and people with long attention spans. I want people that want to sit there and listen to me for a long time. I want people that want to just like get a quick fix of what is out or what's going on in my life or whatever as quickly as I can in under a minute. It's like a goal. It's like a pretty cool goal that YouTube gives you. If you can get your whole thought process put out in under a minute, that's great. So yeah, it's definitely a thing I got going on in my life. So let's see what's going on here. So yeah, if everybody comments, I'm doing good or I'm not doing good or hey, you know, it's been rough. You know, I just lost somebody or whatever. I will respond. I respond to everybody. You'll either get a heart or whatever. If I don't know how to express myself, you know, the proper way, you'll get a heart and you get a like, meaning that I've read it, I've seen it, and you are acknowledged. Or if it's something that I can talk about, I will definitely comment. This is coming from O. Quinn from VA. Don't know what VA is. It's not Virginia. I one of these days, listen, what I am not is what would that is a wow, I was gonna say geographic teacher. It's not geography teacher. I'm not a geography teacher. I'm not a history teacher. I'm not somebody that's really good with places. So when you hit me with a VA, if you don't spell it all out, right away I think of the first thing I can think of that starts with a V and an A, and I'm like, Virginia? And Virginia probably isn't spelled. Hold on a second. My stupidity might be beyond question here right now. Virginia. Yeah, Virginia. Virginia. Okay, listen. I taught preschool. I taught the alphabet. I didn't teach spelling. Virginia is VI. I don't know what the hell VA is. Vancouver? I don't know. See? And that goes to show you how real I am. As stupid as that was, I'm keeping that in here. I ain't even editing that because that's entertaining my stupidity of how I can't spell Virginia. What the hell is this? Look at this. Oh, well, I guess VA stands for I'm trying to think of something right off the very annoying. Does annoying stop? Weird. Okay, this is just weird. Look at this. This is paper towels. So they wrapped my my shipment in paper towels. I guess the bounty guy would be happy, right? Or the Bron guy or whatever. And it's a copy of Pam Grier to also work. I'm still working on my blaxploitation. Not even. This is just my Pam Grier collection. I'm not even gonna call it blaxploitation. This is I'm working on my Pam Grier collection, okay? Because I decided that I wasn't gonna buy that expensive blaxploitation box set with a bunch of movies I didn't want because all I wanted me was some Pam Grier. And this is Friday Foster starring Pam Grier. And this is a Olive Films release, which Olive Films, I believe, is out of business. I believe so. This is a legitimate out of print movie because it's not one of these fake out of print movies that you see on eBay, because I don't believe Olive Films, and there's another company. There's two companies that I buy a lot from that are actually out of business. Is it Twilight Time? Might be Twilight Time. Because they went out of business, and the only way you can get these things is through this. I believe Friday Foster is in one of these blaxploitation box sets from Scream Factory. But like I said, I'm not gonna spend $140 when I could spend. I believe I sent this guy an offer. He wanted like $20 or best offer, and I was like, okay, I'll send you a best offer of like $17, and he took it. So I got it for $17. To me, for a used, older movie that, I mean, it's not like a have to have. It seemed like a reasonable price. Comment below. Wham, bam, here comes Pam. I love that. Look at this. Listen, Pam Grier is awesome. She's just awesome. She is like the like empowered woman. You know what I mean? From the 70s. You know, if you think of 70s movies, I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of people that could like pick out a lot of different things. But as far as these like older movies, especially the ones that they classify as blaxploitation films, she was the powerhouse. Okay, Pam Grier was the butt kicker. Okay, and I love that. I love that stuff about that. How they made her that character. This next one I got here is from, it's in a box, and it's from Groove Entertainment. Oh, okay. So I'll tell you this little story about this one right here. So I was watching Dave from Durant Cinemas. Is that right? Durant Cinemas. Yeah. And he was hunting for a steel book, and he couldn't find it anywhere. So I started going on eBay, and the prices were crazy, 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 crazy for this box set for this steel book. He's a steel book guy. I'm not a steel book guy, and I didn't buy this for the steel book. I bought this because I wanted the 50th anniversary documentary that's on this thing, and the only way I could buy it was through this steel book because it was very the regular versions were very expensive on eBay, and this thing would have been very expensive on eBay too. And I could not find the regular version anywhere except on eBay. It wasn't sold in any stores. Couldn't find it in any stores. Everybody was sold out. So I had to go. So I found Groove Entertainment and online because I typed in what I was looking for, and then all of a sudden it showed up this thing, and it's like still in stock. So I went to the website. I actually paid like everybody's buying this thing at like Walmart, or the ones that could buy it and they could find it were actually finding it. I don't know what they were paying, ridiculous amounts, probably like $40 if not more. People are buying them on eBay for like $60, $70, crazy prices. I bought this thing off Groove for under $30, under $30 with the shipping. Okay, and here it is. It is the special. Here we go. 50th anniversary of Jaws on 4K and Blu-ray. Now, let me make this clear. I have I think it's the 40th anniversary or 45th anniversary. I think I have the 30th. I think I have the if you want to go back to DVDs, I'm pretty sure I got the 20th anniversary, the 30th anniversary, the 35th anniversary, the 40th anniversary, the 45th anniversary, and now the 50th anniversary. But what's so special about the 50th anniversary, my special friend that needs some psychiatric therapy? What's so special about this and made me want to buy? I would have totally passed on this thing if it was just the 4K Blu-ray 50th anniversary, because it would have had nothing extra to offer. Because if you look at the 45th anniversary or the 40th anniversary, I think it's 45th. If you look at the 45th, it was 5 years ago. You know what I mean? They haven't really done anything different. So as far as the Blu-ray and the 4K upscaling or 4K remastering or whatever, I'm pretty sure we're going to get the same exact discs or the same exact mastering that we would have got in the last release. What's so special about this is it comes with Jaws at 50, a standalone Blu-ray disc, not 4K, Blu-ray disc of a documentary. Okay, so it says Jaws at 50, the definitive inside story. Steven Spielberg shares his authorized look inside the story of Jaws in this documentary from Peter Benchley's epic novel. To Spielberg's film. Jaws continues to influence pop culture, cinema, and shock conservation with interviews from Hollywood's most influential directors, shock scientists. The legends of Jaws is endless. So I bought this for, you can put it right on it. Look at that. See a little sticker right there? That was a selling point right there. Includes the Jaws 50th, the definitive inside story. I wanted to see Steven Spielberg tell me about the filming of Jaws. I wanted to hear him tell me about his experiences out of his own mouth, instead of these like bits and piece documentaries that we've been getting throughout the years of like, really good documentaries and decent stuff and everything. But it's different when I love documentaries when, especially movie documentaries, when you get the old actors back, or you get the writer or the director, or you get to hear their whole insight on the whole thing. Better than these like made documentaries with this guy that has watched the movie a whole bunch of times like me, and is going to kind of show you little clips of the movie and explain things that he's heard from other people. I'd rather hear it right from the horse's mouth. I want to hear right from Steven Spielberg's mouth about how much trouble they had with that shark falling into the ocean, because he insisted on filming not on set and filming in an ocean. It's cool knowledge. Listen, knowledge is power, and movies are memories, and I want to know Jaws is one of my favorite movies. It's got it. Listen, Jaws is a classic. It's probably one of your favorite movies too. You probably don't think of it as your favorite movie, but if you're scrolling through the channels and everything, and Jaws is on, I'm pretty sure you're probably gonna stop. Unless you're one of these people that's like so afraid of horror movies or sharks or whatever it is, then you'll definitely probably just scroll right through and be, oh no, Jaws again. But I will tell you that Jaws has just been a beloved classic to so many people for so many 50 years. 50 years, Jaws has been bringing joy to people that want to see a shark that you don't really actually see through the whole movie. You just see some barrels chasing a boat for a lot of the movie. And I got to tell you, that was good enough for me. God, because the storyline is great. The actors are phenomenal. I mean, it's just it's a vibe. The whole thing's a vibe. And with that said, I had to get it. So yeah, everybody be hunting this thing down. My recommendation, like, because I'm always trying to help people out, especially the regular consumer, the guy that's struggling, a girl that's struggling like myself, that's trying to just add on to your collection. If you go on eBay and you start seeing like these flippers selling these things for like 2-3 more than what they're worth, you know what I mean? And you're like, and then they're saying they're out of print or they're impossible to find or very, very hard to find or scarce, or you start reading stuff like that. Just go on Google, type in what you're looking for, and if you get lucky, you might find the website that has them still in stock, because they're not out of print. Literally, the day that this was released, people were selling it on eBay as out of print. OOP. Big OOPs. Out of print. And I was like, how could it be out of print when it was just released today? Like, I mean, granted, maybe they're not making anymore, but what you're trying to do is give me this, like, sense that I'm not going to be able to obtain it. Like, the only way I'm going to be able to get this is by paying your absurd, crazy amount of money, because I'm either a steelbook collector, which I'm not. So this, to me, the steelbook is not even a bonus. This is actually to me is a not a bonus. It's a hassle. Okay, it's a hassle. I don't care for caring for steelbooks. Okay, I have a hard time keeping them not getting dented or not. I'm not gonna go. The prices for steelbook protectors are expensive. Like I could buy 100 regular just plastic protectors for regular Blu-rays or DVDs and pay, like, I don't know, $10 for 100 of them. But if you're gonna buy a Blu-ray steelbook protectors, you want the hard protectors, and the hard protectors are really expensive, and you can't buy them in like 100. And if you're gonna buy them in 100, you're gonna pay a lot of money. I have a lot of people asking me sometimes in the comments, how do you protect your steelbooks? I'll tell you how I protect my steelbooks. I put them in regular plastic, like I put all my other Blu-rays, and then I put them in a crate. I keep them actually in a crate unless they're displayable. If there's something like this is kind of got a cool cover. I am not too happy with. I mean, I'm happy to put the sticker because it acknowledges what we're buying this for, the 50th anniversary. But the art of the cover of this would look cool to display as an art piece. Sometimes the steel books are more of art pieces to me, because they're not the original cover art usually, like we saw in the movie theater that we all were known to love. Like, this is definitely not just the shark, with the girl swimming at the top, like we all. Like, as soon as you see that, you're like, that's Jaws. You kind of have to look at this a little bit, and then you start to see, absorb everything. You're like, yeah, this is. Look, there he is. There's Brody, and there's Hooper, and and there's Quinn. And they're all there. And there's the wife right there, Mrs. Brody. Okay, wow. I don't even think does he even say her real name yeah, he probably does when he introduces Hooper to her or whatever. I've seen Jaws like a million times, and I can't remember what the wife's name is. I believe they even say Mrs. Brody in the movie. I think when she's at the beach or whatever, they like maybe they don't say her name. I don't know. I know she's a star of Part 4 because that's when the shark is hunting down her family for vengeance or whatever. Listen, I do want to also throw out there, if you have Jaws 1, that's all you really need. I don't know about you, but I own Jaws 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 2 I liked because it still had Brody in it. You know what I mean? But it wasn't Part 1. And 3 with Dennis Quaid in 3D. I actually saw that one in the movie theater, and it was great to see in 3D at the movie theater at the time. But to watch it now, yeah, I don't know. And 4, the whole premise of the fact that it's difficult for me to even explain, because I'm pretty sure the story of Jaws Part 4 is an ancestor of the original Shock coming back for vengeance. So like the son or daughter of the first Shock has the mental capability to be like, I'm coming after your family now out of vengeance for what you did to my mother or father in part one, because they never, well, actually, the Shock did have a name. It was Bruce, so I'm assuming it was a male Shock. Yeah, I really doubt that Shocks be swimming around. You know, if you actually take out one of their family members, they're swimming around years after that and being like, I'm gonna take vengeance on this family. I don't know. It was entertaining, but it was like, part one is. Listen, there's a lot of movies that if they would have just made one, we all would have lived happily ever after. And I think Jaws is that one. No offense to you guys that love 2, 3, or 4. We all have our preferences, but you got to admit that Jaws 1's got something special about it. Just got something special going on. And with that said, my friends, thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate you. Comment below. Let's talk. Let's get to a conversation. I hope you're all doing well. I appreciate you, and I will see you later. You should have saved me some.